All right, which one do you want? Just pick one. Just pick one. Just pick one.
This is insane.
And just out of the 6, just give me a top left, middle, right, top bottom, left, the middle, right. Top bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Top, bottom, middle. The one that says this is insane.
All right, now. Viewer discretion is advised. I thought it was a teddy bear she was sucking at first. You see, like, the ass end of that thing, like some ripped off legs of a teddy bear. The foam's coming out.
I thought it was one of those like giant Guinness bottles.
That'd be good. Yeah,
That's the shape that it's that I see. I like the tone of this clip, like how it's epic. Like I like how there's this
relevance to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do another. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right. Now, let me pause it. Before I show you this one, we see the precedent here. We see the white man's face, right?
Yeah. Looks like he has eyeliner.
He thinks he's bold at one point, and I want to see if you can pick it out, okay?
Okay.
I don't know where this is. I definitely understand the scenario, but let's not talk I just want to know if you can pick out when he thinks he can still be brave.
Okay.
Because it shows. It shows. This is hilarious. That motherfucker.
He was trying to keep together for a hot minute.
He was walking by like.
He was trying to keep it together.
Can I go?
He gets a few points for lasting that long.
Well, to me, the hilarious part is the police just got casually walking up.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's what I would expect them to do.
He threw some sort of powder in those two guys' face, like he had some like real like martial art dart skills or something.
Yeah. It's
okay. He threw that shit in their face like a voodoo ritual. All right, pick the next one.
all right. The one that looks like the top left.
Okay. Oh. Now, viewer discretion advised. I don't advise anyone to try this at home. I am aware that I am culturally white and that I do not take the same consideration and risk as others. I think this video is absolutely amazing, and I wish I could have been in an environment to try this shit first and myself, because I probably would have blew shit up. But this is viewer discretion advised. Boom. How come Jackass never thought of this?
That is quite the spectacle.
First thing I thought about when it finished was, oh, I could have done bigger. I could have done bigger explosions. I think you'd have been okay with bigger explosions. I think, because, you know, like Jackass, they would do, I remember watching Jackass, they had like the rubber balls and all that bullshit they would shoot each other with, and like, but they would do there used to be like some like continuous shot stuff, but fireworks is like but you could keep it in what is it?
Yeah, the shot itself is impressive. That's kind of, I mean, that this is a foolish endeavor that didn't need to happen is kind of the point. I get that much, but it's very well shot, very well compositioned foolishness.
But okay, the crazy thing is too is like it is put together where there's barriers. It is a actual garage. There's tools on the side over there. It looks like they took measures to take shit out of the thing just to set off fireworks inside of the garage. It's pretty fucking smart. Pretty genius attempt to get it going. I think it's cool. All right, one more. Now the hillbillies. That's what is it? Child abuse. I don't know what it was about, but I thought it was hilarious. It's a good parenting thing. You don't got to do that one. But the bottom is more funny, and then you got a fight up top. So you got parenting, defense of a daughter. You got an old man versus a young man, and then I forget exactly what this is. Oh yeah. This is pain. So she falls off the fucking balcony.
Oh dear.
Watch it. Yep. Dude. No, I'm just playing. This is what happens. Steeler fan caught that forehead.
Oh.
And you see, there's a comment
For
right
a for a split second, I thought like a ghost hit her upside the head because I.
You see that comment right there?
What?
With the little forehead indentation, this disabled dude.
Oh, yeah. That's
definitely going in the episode.
That's the cartoon result. Of
All right, so we'll do the fight. I ain't gonna do the dad shit.
Okay.
Bad posture off the rip.
Ooh.
I bet
that second strike was just that was like a victory lap. I felt like that was just him being triumphant.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was like, the first licks he took, he's like, bitch, I just done a lot of coke. You ain't gonna fucking hurt me. Then he got that lick where he was like, yeah, you know what? You still got, because he hit him with his forearm.
Yeah.
And that second one, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna get you for real. And that's what I feel like you're right. That victory lap, he walked off like pumped off, acting like he was on a fucking pogo stick. That bitch was bouncing. Yeah. Hey, my today's guest, man, none other than Skyler Andrews. Skyler Q himself, comedian, entertainer, journalist, just a creative individual, script writer, director. I'm assuming that's a role too. I don't know what the fuck all you do all the time, but you cool dude, man. You got shit going on. I'm pleasure to have you on. Thank you for watching our little video intro. Okay. How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing very well, and I am honored to be here, Mr. Archer. You're very kind. I happen to find myself painfully uninteresting, but I'll fake it for you.
Oh, we're gonna have fun today, sir. We're gonna have fun today. Now, I'm gonna give you an option here, sir.
All right.
First off, I like to play games. So I have this or that, like I told you ahead of time. We can do this or that, or we can try and do some improv games on Solo 101 and build scene right in the moment and have us a little fun if you'd like. That's an option as well on the table for us to do today during this hour and some change. So I want you to consider that if you want to do it. I'll play around now. We'll have some fun.
Let's go with the improv game. I'd like to exercise that
muscle.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna. I like to have this beat in the background. I don't know why I've gotten in tune with like being able to. It just feels good to like vibe out with a beat in the background, and I've been doing it every episode. And it seems like it sets a pretty good precedent, and it gives us something different to look forward to. So let's build a place and a scene. Then what will we be doing we're gonna just go do a minute or two of an improv scene. We're just gonna create a scene. So scene in place or scenario in place. We could do like library. We could do let's see here. We could do really whatever scenario. I mean, place you want to go to. I don't care where. I'll go wherever. Cookout. It don't matter to me. When I say cookout, I mean the place where I get my milkshake from. Not yeah. But I will do that.
Function.
I'll act an awkward white guy at the cookout. I can do that.
I'm trying to. What's an interesting? I feel like I'd be cheating by
use all your influence, bro. No, that's what it's about. I want your influence to help create.
Okay,
Your influence is wanted here. I want you engaged here. Now, if you hear the tune you like, you stop me and we go create something out of it.
Okay.
But you keep thinking. You tell me and you think of
I like this. I like the sci-fi vibe of that last one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
All right.
That one's funky.
It's funky. You got that right on the head there.
Yeah. That sounds like the previous one got saved. Like the funky one accepted Christ, and then it became
It definitely
that sounded like it backslid.
It went from a funky to R&B girl. So we changed genders for sure.
Okay.
So Christ had to be in there somewhere.
Okay.
You want to do you like this one?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like Halloween in outer space or something. That's
Bear with me while ad runs. Shout out to I think it's Beast Labs or whatever app this is. I've been copyrighted by other people being on, trying to like use music or do little inserts. I try to pick stuff now that don't have background music or nothing like that. So I can't really get copyrighted. But this apparently don't copyright me. So you know what? We're going to have some fun with it. So place. What do you want to do this improv scenario at? Where is this place we're at?
Okay. I'm trying not to overthink this, which is
turn the music down then.
Which is a bad habit of mine. Overthinking things. I'm gonna.
Let's keep it just simple, stupid, crazy.
I'm gonna say a garage.
All right, we're in a garage.
A garage.
All right, and our scenario, are we, let's just keep it simple here. Are we in a workplace or are we in a my garage? Like a personal garage?
A personal garage.
All right.
But one of us went to the other to get their car fixed. Like one of us brought, like, instead of going to a shop.
Yeah, you came to the house to get a car fixed.
Right.
All right. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna add to it and say, because you knew I had the spare carts to get your race car going.
Okay.
So we're both like car guys.
Okay.
Okay. Not like we're not doing an exchange of money here. It's like a favor for a fellow race car driver.
Okay.
Right. We're making fast cars to go straight.
Okay.
All right. Now, before we get, you like what we got here in the background? You like this or no?
I wanna work with it. I wanna see where it takes us.
All right. Are you ready, sir? All right. Hey, man. Oh, I got somebody at the door. Yo, what's up, Jerry?
How you doing, fella? It's been a long time. I reckon I came here to get some upgrades on my vehicle there. I'm trying to make this son of a bitch go faster than it's ever goddamn been.
I saw you race last weekend. Now you was hot down that dragway.
You saw me on the dragway there.
Yeah. The car went good, man. I'm. Congratulations on your win. Now what? I mean, I got a couple spare parts and stuff in the cars I ain't used yet. But what part would you mess up, or what car you trying to add in, man? You trying to put a supercharger on it? I got a dual supercharger. I seen this one guy had 20 of them on it, but it ain't no race car driver. But
I want all the chargers.
All the chargers.
See the dual charger, the triple.
Which car? Which car you bring over to first put it on? Now, which car we making the fastest?
The sleek one, the real.
Oh, you got that Trans Am out.
Yeah,
you got that Trans Am back. That bird going, huh? That bird, she's flying in the wind. I thought she was already flying in the wind. What you trying to push it to?
It's a Trans Am, so it's a they, not a. Yeah.
Well, I thought they was already flying.
Yeah.
How fast you want to make it, man?
Well, you saw how fast I was.
Yeah.
Last week on the.
Yeah.
Brother, I want it faster than that.
Damn, man, it was hard to push a 13, man. You didn't. I don't know what number's supposed to be for a good record, but 13 sounds good to me.
Let's go with that. Let's go with it. If that was 13,
yeah,
let's go for 15.
And we did 1/8 of a mile.
Yeah.
I think we can do. Well, we don't want to go to 15. That's slower, sir.
No, no.
You been drinking today?
No,
Jerry, you been
I
drinking?
have. I have.
We know you're supposed to go down. I think we can get it to 11. 11, because we want to go faster.
The hell, let's take it to 10.
Well, shit, we got to get that little Toretto boy that's all bald-headed and shit off Fast and the Furious for that. I don't know if we going to...
Talking about family.
It's Pride Month, too. He might be having a dick. They said he's gay, you know. And you got a Trans Am, too, Jerry. I don't know what you want. He might not like that. He's a big dude, man. I'm a small guy. I don't know. I got to have a wrench in my hand if I'm going to fight with him over the shop. You know, this is my shop. I can't be calling up Vin Diesel like that. Diddy already in jail. They might catch Vin Diesel out here, you know. That's not a bad scene. That was pretty good. We'll use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was about to say, well, we can just take it back up to 12 then.
All right, let's do a different one.
I was trying to kind of, in some way, fit the rhythm.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't know nothing about cars like that. I figured you would know some reference.
I didn't, but I was gonna use that.
Yeah.
You know, I basically I was gonna make stuff up.
Yeah.
You know,
we were going to go. We were still working like you was drunk. I found out you was drunk. This, that, and the third.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Well, that's let's do another one. Let's go. Let's try a different one. How about I'm gonna pick the place and you set the scenario and we'll go off that for real. I'm gonna go with train station.
Train station. There's a man busking at the train station, and one guy liked it, gave him some change.
Yeah.
But the busking guy was like, "Hey, I'm worth more than that." And and hijinks ensue. They argue over that. That's their exchange.
All right. So one of us a busboy.
A busker, like they're a musician on the street.
A busker, that's right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
different. That's right. That's right. That's what Mr. Calvin is. Shout out Mr. Calvin. I gotta find Mr. Calvin and get him back on too. His ass changes numbers like he's fucking changing underwear. A busker. Okay. All right. So which one? You're the more musician. You gonna be the busker, or you want me to be the busker?
You get you be the busker.
You be the busker.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Some fine drumming there, son.
Yeah, man. It takes it, and you got to smoke too. That's all I'm looking for is just cigarettes, man.
Well,
I'm trying to just give people a little rhythm and take my lungs away. That's it.
well, if I had more time, I'd certainly jam to that, sir. But I don't have any cigarettes. But here's a little change for you.
Oh man, we got
have a good
Cash
day.
App now, man. What's up, man? Come on, you at least gotta do like come on, man. Like I can go to the corner store and get a single for $1, bro. Just give me you ain't got $1, bro. You can put on Cash App. It's only a 35-cent charge fee on top of that. But I got a phone, but I ain't got no.
First off, sir, I didn't agree to an exchange. That was.
Well, you do it, but you kind of did, man. You tossed the change, like at least I want a cigarette.
My generosity. Sir.
Oh man,
You're.
But the Lord said
This is not a business.
Easter's like a week away, man. You gonna do that while Jesus is watching you like this?
I'm an atheist.
Karma.
All right.
I just wanted just a cigarette, man. That's all I really want, man. It's
All right.
it's like $1, bro. It's
Well,
a Cash App charge.
I don't smoke. You want me to? You want me to cross the street?
No, I
To
was.
7-Eleven, get you some cigarettes.
Hey, man, how about this?
For your little drummy drums.
How about this?
Why don't you? How about you get a job, sir?
Oh, this is my job. I'm a busker.
This is your job.
This is my job.
Mooching off of random passersby on the streets. That's
Excuse me, sir. This is just me showing off my craft, okay? I get to go down to
your craft.
I get to go
Your
and
craft of scamming, sir.
Look, if I'm gonna do it, I just feel like at least it is for a cigarette, right? Because I can go play where I get paid at all the time. I'm not doing it for the money, but if I'm gonna do it for what I enjoy and what you're gonna enjoy, and you enjoy it, why can't I enjoy my Newport for the worth of it? Right now, I'm charging a bare minimum to keep my ash to go in the ashtray, right?
Well, why don't you play where you can get money and you can buy cigarettes for yourself?
I do, sir. I do. I do. This is my spare time. This is me giving back. And I feel like if people gonna toss me a little bit like I'm a homeless man, at least I can do is say, hey, man, at least buy me a single cigarette. You know, because I'm out here.
So you use your spare time to eat
Network.
off my spare time
Hey.
and my wallet, apparently. That's
Either good promotion goes either way. You stopped to hang out and argue with me today, you know? You stayed on beat and I got you on your feet, you know? Your heart's pumping and you don't want to buy that cigarette, but you're here still with me, man. And I need that cigarette because you know what? I'm going to sound like Louis Armstrong one day. Then I'm going to be able to sing.
Well,
This drum won't matter then. There's a dream bigger than what I do with this drum, sir.
well, Louis Armstrong played the trumpet, so it's a strange analogy. But you're right, son. I have been standing here talking to you this whole time. You're a fine negotiator, young man.
I think it makes a good point, man. I'm a trying musician with gigs that still just wants to give back, sir. But I think my give back to me is a nicotine Newport.
You know what? I'm gonna get you that nicotine Newport, and by golly, what's your Cash App?
God dang it. Here you go, sir. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Push it back in. Push the bottom of the cord. It came out. Hey, man. That's all the drummer was asking for. That's all the drummer was asking for, man.
Of course. And I'll be back with those Newports. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Hey, that's pretty good, man. That was good. That was nice. All right.
Gave it a happy ending.
Yeah, I didn't know whether I was getting money for the single or you was going to buy me cigarettes, though. But it's
I
all
was
good.
also trying to decide, like, how white am I gonna get here? Like, how am I really gonna lean in? Because I was trying to just go for like just very suburban, and then I leaned in really hard and I got really nasally, and I'm like, I guess I'm just here now.
Yeah, stay in it.
Yeah.
You got to stay with it.
Yeah.
I think the more I do it, the more I feel fun of I like to pick the next move or like can see like, okay, well, I just need $1 for just a single from the corner, which I know is a good reference. So like I really think the improv stuff, which while you're here, man, if you got spare time, bro, and want to do some stuff, I'm trying to start these events up like next month, July 25th. We're doing another Light the Stage. We had, I think, 16 out of 20 rappers show up last night. So we had a ton of spots filled. It was a good environment. I'm trying to get comedians that want to do these improv games, not to like take away from like what Chat Lenore's doing and their whole gig, but I think is like a practice field for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think of like creating we can create a show off that, and it's not like we're taking away because they got their own thing. They have a full team that do a fantastic job over there at Le Chat Noir. Am I saying that right?
Le Chat Noir.
Yeah. Say it right into the mic. So
Le Chat Noir.
Yes, sir. Shout out to them. They got a full team over there. Chris, shout out to you, man. You're doing a great job. And all the guys that are doing it, the improv. There's like a huge team. They do. It's crazy that. I'm trying to make these last Fridays, but now I've started up something on Friday, so I can't make their event to do the stand-up little open mic they want to start doing. So I haven't been able to follow through with my like relationship there yet, but I've always enjoyed it before I found Le Chat, and I think it plays a role in how we develop interactive skills with the crowd. In moments where we are shuffling through what joke we're gonna do next. I think the improv games are a fun addition. So I'm trying to get them started at this Light the Stage at Jamming Moments, July 25th, so that we can like have some fun on stage and like cut up. Cause like last night we was like, all right, no comedians showing up. I'm not crying for support, neither, motherfucker. So Nobody in Augusta better start saying Tommy Archer said shit, but I'm just saying the facts. You know, I don't try to beg people to come. If you know I got something going on and you want to pop up, you can make it. We'll build it when we can build it, you know. But if I can get 4 comedians that want to play these games and have the option of 4 guys to come in, we can do it. Last night we did try to do a karaoke battle off type of environment with a spelling bee type of thing. And I did the trivia, which we got 2 people up for trivia, and they won a gift card. Shout out to Kimani and the audience member who came up. Shout out to him. He was nervous, but then he was like, "It's a food gift card. I'm a big guy. I'm gonna get this gift card, right?" And yeah, he didn't win, but so we were trying to like engage the rappers to get like an icebreaker game, like get that engagement with the crowd where it's a more full show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like we do it at shout out to Cedric over at North Leg. We do live laughs. I do the improv games and try to get comics over there. So I'm trying to place this like scenario for us to work at certain spots.
Right.
Not particularly because of the spots, but just because there's what's available for me to run it, you know?
Yeah.
And it'd be improving. I hope people, even like actors. I think actors. I think even artists, like, you know, who are performing music videos and shit, or doing like certain like, you know, behind the scenes or talking on a mic or trying to like keep your time up or whatnot, keeping that is it intuition flow or whatever, or state of mind or whatever they say.
The flow state.
Flow state. Yeah.
Intuition isn't far off the mark, though. It's a very, once you're in that state, you're very I know when I get in that state, I'm more intuitive than I am anywhere else in my life. So it's not far off the mark, I'd say.
I felt so good. I had Cedric, Ian Hayes, Mike Wayne, Happy Bones, and Jermaine, Bobby Boucher from More Than the Masters host on here. Big group. I got a big group coming in today. And if you ain't got nothing to do, man, you want to stick around and be comical with me, you're welcome to.
Right on.
If you want, you know, we'll pitch you up. You might not be able to get solely on camera all the time, but it's gonna be I got to figure it out anyways. But we was doing after we done a part 2 where it was Happy Bones, Ian, White Wayne, and me, and we was doing an improv bit together kind of deal. And I felt like we was like we were 4 people, we all had roles, and we're like getting lost of where we are. And I was like, man, like y'all can't be doing this at the halfway house. And that bitch went right back into like that one little additive, put us back in a whole nother scenario. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like we was able to run and like take it a little further. So I just enjoy it. I think that it can generate a good show. I mean, shout out to Le Chat Noir. Say it again.
Le Chat Noir.
Yeah, shout out to them because I know they fill seats. They got a great structure. I think the guy's name is Michael, the host.
Frottino.
Yeah, I can't. He's Italian. I don't know anything but pasta. But
I better.
I think his name's Michael, right? Shout out. But anyhow, they run a tight ship. They got classes. You can go and try and do improv. I'm thinking about taking a break from comedy for real. I've thought about like fulfilling my time goal of building up to 8 to 10 minutes of solid work, not just 8 to 10 minutes of just I can feel comfortable on stage. I really want to be comfortable before I take a break of like, if you call me to open, I got you still. You know what I'm saying? I want that confidence level where I can walk away and not just feel like I'm loose-legged and not really driven, right?
Right.
And I do feel like I'm getting better at being improv with my jokes here with guests. And like I think it's coming, right, in due time. But I do think I'm gonna take a break and try to reach out and go there and try one of these classes. Maybe not try to be on the team and like, because I can't commit to that. I got way too much on my plate. But I do want to try and do the improv games for real. I think the course they do, it'll be fun.
Yeah. I think that's Do you find that comedians, once they start getting good at their craft, like they notice an improvement in themselves? Do you feel that some comics, or all comics, I feel like this is kind of a phase where you don't stop learning, but your head gets a little big and you don't pay attention to skills, accumulating skills. Do you find that, like, do you feel that happened to you? Do you find that in other comics? Or?
You explain it again one more time.
Okay, like.
I mean, simple as you can. Look, I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to waste the time of trying to answer it because I think but I want you to explain it again for me.
Okay, like, have you ever noticed, with comics, yourself included, that early on, as you start improving, you start getting laughs more regularly. Do you find a lot of comics at that point where they just start getting good, that their head gets that their ego swells just a little bit?
Yeah.
And as a result of that, they not fall off, but they don't pay attention to learning the craft as much.
Yeah. And
usually that's remedied by being humbled by bombing a few times, but I think that's a phase.
Let's reiterate to make sure before I'm answering that this is what I'm receiving.
Yeah.
That I'm like, cause like, okay, for instance, I would say some comedians I feel like have got comfortable with the mic, and they feel like for instance, I'm still trying to learn how to like you write scripts, you're a journalist, you have like real like grammar understanding and word like choices and like all these factors that come into like laying out a setup and a middle and a punch to end, understanding you can punch up here just a little bit and you know what I'm saying, like laying it out and being able to execute it from like your knowledge of understanding grammar and stuff. I don't have that skill yet. I write jokes out and I feel like it gives me great reference.
Yeah.
But to me, I have to find the comfortableness on stage to be able to say it comfortably. That means it might not come out the same way. It might not be the same order. It might not be the same like emotion. So I have to hone in on mastering that like actual reference of how I'm gonna say the joke.
Yeah.
I can't go off words per se. But I do think some people go that lane and we're in the boat of I'm more comfortable now, I can say whatever, and you talk to the crowd more. And then you think you somebody because you got, I really think that if we're not competing under 30-second laughs, if you're doing 5 minutes, that's at least 10 laughs you need. That should be like the goal setting of like, all right, I'm comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
And I think people are just comfortable talking and don't even really get that. And there is no like, the other thing too is like, okay, even if you were just talking and let's say you got 8 laughs, well your 8 laughs don't improve to the back one, right? Like I'm still like having trouble as a personal comment, like I go and set up like choosing manner of jokes or like shout out to I'm seeing when I'm answering on this right. When I went to Atlanta, I told you before we recorded, or maybe at the beginning, I can't remember. But shout out to Jonathan Rachels. We went up to Atlanta to Uptown Comedy Corner, and he was confident with his set. He was telling me all his jokes, and in my head, I wanted to run some jokes, but like I try to be very humble because like I know I can be humbled at any moment at Uptown Comedy Corner. As a white dude walking into an urban audience, black audience, however I'm allowed to say it really, because it seems like he got in trouble. That motherfucker said the black. He said the blacks. I said, holy shit. Not at Uptown. He did not say it at Uptown Comedy Corner, but he said it at previous up mic. He realized he can't say that. But it's black folks, environment, and you have to be yourself. You got to be confident. You got to know what you're gonna say at least to like go and shout out to the guy who went before me. He was just crazy with it, and he just controlled the crowd. So I felt really good for the 3 minutes I got. And Jonathan Rachels was like really confident going up, like I say, because he performed these jokes in a majority white crowd at Fox's Lair. And that's he was telling me he's about to move to Austin and this, that, and the third. Was shout out to him. If you're going to take this leap, go do your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Just keep striving and keep going to different locations, different atmospheres, try different jokes, just try to figure out that voice that's universal, And I ain't gonna say he did terrible, but he didn't do great. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows that, and like it wasn't like he had bad jokes, but it wasn't it changes the atmosphere, man.
Yeah.
You got to be confident if you think you bad like that, you know? And I think, how do I say it? I'm still humble, even though I'm confident enough to go to Uptown Comedy Corner.
Yeah.
I'm not confident to feel like, oh, I'm about to crush. Nah, hell no. I'm not confident to say 3 minutes, I got this. No, hell no. I still need a drink. I still need to smoke 2 cigarettes. I have not yet like overcome this like confidence to really like go there. Like I don't know, man. But I think some comedians just getting this comfortable like talking on the mic concept, and then it's like, I agree, bring your friends out, but sometimes your crowd may not tell you the fucking truth because they just like you for you, and that may not be a universal fan base just because them the ones that show up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I hope that answers. That's how I'd answer it, because I want to use myself in that because I'm a comic, and I think I have a lot of conversations with comics, and I try to really focus on like, okay, what are my flaws here? My writing is my flaw. Holding myself accountable to like in the moment realizing setups and middles and a punchline, or like even set up to a punchline, and like my transitions are important. What selection of jokes in the time frame, realizing like, okay, maybe I'm doing too many topics for the audience to keep along with. Like, I've learned a lot, and it's helped me here too. It helps me. I'm able to, I've done 4 hours of recording plus last night's 3-hour session, and I was on point. I've held dead weight for almost 8 hours straight. Like, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm getting comfortable. I know that's like, I got that quote right there. Thank you for showing me this issue is already solved. All I got to do is just keep putting the effort in of like knowing that there's an improvement.
Yeah.
Acknowledging what the how do I say it? All right, like, you're a journalist.
Yeah.
You don't go and say, I'm gonna take this particular person's style. You might like use their like techniques of how they got to where they were.
Right.
But you gonna find your own voice to like write. You gonna still like have these influences that help you get there, and you only know that place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's really like, to kind of go back to the idea of influencing them influencing you as opposed to you copying them. It's more like you look at them, and this is for journalism, writing, comedy, whatever your given craft is. You look at what they're doing, and you try to figure out how they did it, so you can better map out how you are going to do what you're going to do.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but that's the thing. Like, even with like, how many did you came to 2 or 3 this year for the competition? I know I saw you more than one show, right? I think you came to 2. For this one, was it just one?
For this one, it was just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the last one you came a couple.
Yeah.
I know that I met you in the first one, and you were, no, I don't think you were a judge of mine. You were performing in the first one at Icons.
The first one at the very first one I performed in, but I've sporadically visited like the subsequent years.
Yeah. I know one year you was there a couple times. You did really good. It was a real. To me, I'm kind of rolling it into like, it's not competitiveness. It's inspirational. It's observant and like watching how. Shout out to Ian Hayes, man. He has this one bit that I've watched him over. Of course, of me doing comedy, I've known him. The first time I met him was at a Core Ivy show in Aiken. And he was outside talking shit because he wanted to be on the show. And like, I was like, damn, this dude is a comic. Like, goddamn. But now, like, looking back on it, like, I watched him do that one thing that he done. And he's done it in so many different versions that I know where, or what is it he does? I know where you are. Yeah. He does. And like, the shout out to him, man. It's not that you gonna want to see it, go see it, because he uses it so well in so many different scenarios. And it's like learning those techniques of insert in like moments. That's improv. Yeah. That's you knowing your tools and how you gonna punch them in and take them out and use them. And now,
Ian Hayes is especially good at that. He's one of those that make me want to quit every time I'm on a show with him, or anytime I see him, or any Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I should just hang it up if I'm not going to get, you know.
But I think we all got different shit too now.
Yeah, that's something I mean, honestly, I don't quit. Mm-hmm. That's something you have to remind yourself of when I know I have to remind myself of whenever I feel that way. But whenever I see a particularly impressive comic do their thing, you know, you just kind of get in a. I know one thing for me is, I'm working on my improv skills, and I see someone like Ian Hayes who, as far as I can tell, is an absolute master at it, and so what I'm seeing is what I lack. So I'm reminded of what I need to work on, and it initially puts me in I'm not good. Yeah. You're just immediately humbled, and so like for a brief moment, you almost don't feel worthy of the craft, and you come back to your senses. But yeah,
we're gonna give ourselves some flowers, because you know what? I think that is us acknowledging a true improvement in our craft, right? All right. So like I'll say it to answer and roll off the question you asked of like guys thinking they're too confident and so forth, is doing that type of work of improv on stage and not having jokes to back you up, not having jokes to use during your set, not being able to control and do that flow state with the crowd. It don't come every time just because you think you're funny and just because you're on a mic.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can do improv moments, can give a good energy, but if sometimes like people see you so much, it's like it might not be the same thing because you ain't getting you ain't taking it serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't really listening to what you're saying or like how much it could improve, or you just hearing the same stuff that is just now you just a narrative of looked at like this versus.
Yeah. You've gotten used to talking and getting results.
Yeah, you stunted out your audience.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, that's like with the improv games. Like Cedric hit, at the show, like, cool, you give me criticism, we're gonna try and work on it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try and, it's a good additive. We gotta figure something out. I'm gonna create try to create what I need to create to like give that additive and give that energy up. Try to get some more comedians to come out to get involved. And I'm just learning as I go. You know what I mean? I don't have a path right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like any advice is like, you have to, I treat comedy like parenting. Like as a new parent, I'd listen to anyone's advice on parenting. It's like, I'll soak it in, but that don't mean I got to use it, but I want the information.
Yeah. I
want the trial and error. I want the oh shit, he did say that. Oh man, I got to hold up now. That might work better.
Yeah. You want it stored for reference at least.
Yeah, you want that. Yeah. If you're gonna go interested in something, you want to be in every aspects of like trial and error.
Yeah.
You want to know what's gonna work and what ain't work. And like, so I used to go up to Atlanta Underground Comedy Theater. Shout out to Duke Desdunes, comedian Playwright, Destiny, she was there. A couple other guys were on that, but they were doing improv after like comedy shows, and they would steal like a comedy show that had 150 people in there. They had 45, 50 people stay over for this. They do 45 minutes to an hour of like, to me how it looked, nobody knows what's going on what first. They know their opening scene, and then the next thing it is host got the mic, host playing the games. So everybody's willing, able, they're ready for whatever, and it's all open mind. It's all yes ands. It's all like, if we got to go here, we got to go here for the scene. It's commitment. But like that, I've witnessed it in Atlanta, control a show after a comedy show. And it's like, it can happen here. We can have that same atmosphere, and we can bring people in on that show and make a comedy show, have tons of people having our own. LA used to do it all the time. They had them out there for comedy folks all the time going for stuff. And it's nothing new. It's just something new we've done here. And I mean, you write great scripts. Speaking of this, all this improv and stuff we've been talking about, and like confidence on stage. We spoke a little bit about journalism and writing scripts and all. How is that formulating a script? And when it comes to how you write, as a cocktail, because you brought a little cocktail in here now, what kind of cocktail would your writing be?
What kind of cocktail would my writing be?
Yeah, the script writing, your remote, not your journalism. I'm not trying to reference that. Yeah.
Like what ingredients do I put in to a given work, or what elements are in the?
Well,
I'm intrigued at the question, and I'm tempted to try to answer it based on how it sounds. But but I want to make sure that I answer the question you're asking me.
What's in the cocktail? Like, what's the actual drink? Like, I mean, I guess I'm asking what your favorite cocktail drink is. When I don't know. I feel like, like me, like if I were to say, what's my comedy in a cocktail? My comedy in a cocktail is probably definitely gonna have some Crown. Something strong to make you swallow.
Okay. I just overthought it. Okay.
I wouldn't say it would be my drink of choice, which is like a Crown and Coke or like an old fashioned. I would definitely say it would have spices of vodka somewhere, something you shouldn't mix.
Okay.
And like a white bitch that's in there just yakking sometimes. So like,
Yeah.
that's how I'd say a little mixture of vodka and Crown. It would be
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it now. I had a neurodivergent moment and overthought your question.
That's a great movie, right?
What?
Neurodivergent is a great movie. Sidetrack. ADD, sorry, man.
Oh, yeah. The Divergent movie. I actually haven't seen those.
Pretty good.
I should. I have an interesting. No, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not.
Cocktail. Sorry, sir. I'm messing you up.
Okay, my writing cocktail. Okay, it would have. It would have some kind of whiskey. The whiskey isn't. What kind of whiskey actually isn't important. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna say Jameson's by default.
Jameson, okay. Irish.
Yeah.
Irish.
Yeah. So Jameson's by default. And it wouldn't. One kind of fruit, like it wouldn't be fruity.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
It wouldn't be fruity, but like there'd be, for some odd reason, there'd be like just throw some blueberries in, like for no reason. There's blueberries in there.
Oh yeah.
But that's the only fruit, and
I'd take a mango.
yeah.
A mango for the mandingo.
One slice of mango.
Mango sounds good, don't it?
One slice of mango. So
How do you talking about fruit?
handful of blueberries or blackberries, slice of mango, and some Jamesons.
They probably listen to us make these drinks. That shit sounds nasty as hell, motherfucker.
It probably is, but I'm going by instinct. I'm going by.
I like how you feel, man. It sounds good.
Because I didn't know how to answer the question.
It's good. I like the drink. It sounds good.
So I'm letting the force flow through
It's
me.
it's like a new fashion.
Yeah,
Because the old fashioned is just your orange peel. They do I forget what the additive is with the whiskey. There's another, I don't know, but it's something simple like that, but it's got the fruit in it. And that's a good drink. That orange peel do something. So I don't know if they're going to judge us. I think it sounds good.
They probably will, but this is the heart of creativity.
Yeah, right.
And the heart of improv is there has to be a layer of not giving a fuck.
Right.
It has to be, you have to not give a fuck a little bit. You know what I mean? So they're probably judging us, and
Would you add anything else to it? I didn't mean to cut it short.
Some hibiscus tea.
Hibiscus tea.
Hibiscus,
I actually was thinking while you were talking, like mine was Crown, vodka, and I would do the mango slice, and I'd actually make it a coffee because I'm on crack when I'm up there and I'm all energetic, right? That would be another additive of mine. But, all right. So next question. All right. What headline that you've had in your career, whether that be you want to talk about your journalism or your comedy, that has made your audience have a double take?
Okay, with comedy, I want to say there's probably a handful of examples of this if I think really hard, but I'm not gonna. I'd be sitting here all day.
You got a lot of headlines though. Take your time. I ain't trying to rush you.
Yeah. Headlines that made the audience do a double take. Because that's something I like to do anyway. I like to throw off, comedy. Individual jokes or about subverting expectations anyway. That's a big part of what comedy is.
Yeah.
And I do feel like okay, I'll use this as an example of you performed at have you performed at Uncle Fester's in Columbia?
Not yet. I'm looking forward to I need to go up there.
Okay.
I actually talked to Pudgy I think it was Thursday night or
Okay.
Wednesday night.
Okay. Yeah,
You went up there?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was nice. It was a modest but enthusiastic crowd, which are often the best.
Yeah.
It's like not a lot of people, but the people that are there are all in.
Yeah.
Really small like bar, and I wasn't sure what to expect, and I could tell the audience wasn't sure what to expect either.
Yeah.
And I killed that night, of course, but
you do it regularly.
Well,
Skyler, you do regularly. You came back to the Pedal Pub in 1 week and you took down the house and gave like, how do I say it? Like sometimes we get in a flow where like we could see certain people go in front of us and we got to keep the energy. And like with that situation, we're doing new shit all the time.
Yeah.
And for you to like come in that week and hop on stage and like, to me, you did your job. You kept the energy up, you continued to elevate the show, and we're trying to do our same additive. So sometimes it's cool to have that person that we know, we knew you weren't involved in like trying to win or nothing.
Right.
But your energy, I knew how I was talking to you, you excited to go up.
Yeah.
So I was looking forward to it. Every time I've seen you, I don't think I've seen a bad set. I've always seen great energy, great performance. I just want, you do a great job up there, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
That's why we got pinned against each other, which I'm looking forward to if they still do it. Right? It's like a white man against white man and black man against white man. So we on the same team, but still gonna be against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. But I do love your comedy. Keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I just wanted to
no.
state how good you are. I think you're definitely a player in the game too.
No, I appreciate it. And I generally make it a rule to let other folks speak well of you. I'm not quite at the confidence level yet where I can be braggadocious.
You can though. You
For me, like that, and that's a me thing. Like
Yeah.
that, like I haven't met that standard for myself yet.
Oh, I feel the same
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
But on here, you can though, because ain't nobody here we talking shit to. This is just showing off. You really do have some. You've been in some great shows. You've been doing comedy for how many years? I'm setting the tone for why it's so confusing for you to get this headline. 6, 7 years.
2018. So
Yeah. See, I only got 4 in, and ever since I've seen you perform at Joe's Underground when I first started, it's been the same. I mean, not the same, but like an atmosphere of reaction for stuff and how you perform. It's great. You do some great improv stuff too. And you see, like I noticed too, you got to think about it. Even though we are not humble, it feels good that way though.
Yeah.
It feels good sitting back and just doing the work and then getting that shout out because you ain't asked for it.
Yeah.
And then people shouting out, you hearing that clap, and you didn't tell them to shout your name out. That's good. That's great success.
Yeah.
To me, I take those little moments. I don't like when I do the improv games or whatnot. I get shouted out to come up, and it's like at the end of the show, I don't expect to hear about me, running games or like doing what I did in that part. I'm just doing my part,
Mm-hmm.
But just that little additive that Cedric gives me at the end of the show to shout me out makes me feel good. Check out the podcast, check out it. So I don't know. I take those little wins.
Yeah.
And like that's where. But you got it, bro. And I say that because you also don't just got like big moments and not known. You known in other realms too. Script writing, journalism, plays, stuff like this. So you got your field and foot in a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you don't know a headline that would make people double take per se, I wasn't trying to. If you found one, I want to go back to it.
Well, what I was gonna say about that.
I know we kind of sidetracked.
Yeah. What I was gonna say about that set was that it was what felt unique to me about how well the audience responded is they responded in a way that showed that they were surprised. Like they didn't just find me funny, they were pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
To find me like I kind of like it when people don't expect much or are thrown off or don't think I'll be funny.
Yeah.
And then I turn out to be funny. Like, I kind of like that.
That's how it was at Uptown when I went up there. It was Juneteenth, man. Yo, the Destiny comes on stage, and I don't have proof, but, you know, maybe she'll back her favorite white guy up. But she goes, tonight I got the blackest guy for Juneteenth coming up. That's how she brought me up. And I just, you know, I'm confident, you know me, I don't mind. And I'm up there, and I just let it simmer. I just kind of walked to the DJ, turned around, got the mic. Yep. I didn't even acknowledge Juneteenth because I just let it simmer. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I spoke. Then I done my little set. I knew I was doing 3 minutes. I busted off my jokes. I followed back. I done my job like that up there. It might not have been a great, 3 minutes that I put together on the spot because she said, look, you could do 5, or you and your buddy can split 3. Like, fuck it, I'll split 3 with you. I want to hone in on the minutes, you know?
Yeah.
But that confidence going up there, that surprise, that I grabbed you by your balls. I made that cocktail for you, and some of you motherfuckers liked it the whole way through.
Yeah.
I enjoy that shit.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Would you describe yourself generally, not just in comedy, just in life generally, would you describe yourself someone who is comfortable in your own skin, particularly comfortable in your own skin?
Yeah.
That I can tell that.
What do you mean though?
Well, that's a good question.
Because like I hate my ADD, but my ADD plays a role in that.
Okay.
Does that make I am very grateful that I have been to the past I went, but like at the same time, I'm able to like not have these. I don't feel like I've been through anything hard anymore. Like that shit with the child was really fucking tough, right?
Yeah.
So like getting through where I've been, and like now my trigger warners aren't the same. So I'm not fearful to be uncomfortable as much.
Yeah.
And like, so like being in my skin around, like don't get me wrong, that's an area. I could still have a conversation with anyone like this. Like when I was in the bike club, I would still have conversations with you. But if you don't want to talk to me and you ain't trying to talk to the white dude here, that's cool, man. You ain't got to press up on me. I'm just gonna chill over here and do my thing.
Yeah.
I'm cool with wherever if I feel, because I don't ever place myself in environments that I feel like are unsafe. Mm-hmm. I know what I'm about. I try to keep myself in realms of folks that's not gonna get me involved in nothing, or you know what I'm saying? I try to network appropriately to where I'm still being myself and still being able to, not go crazy with it all.
Yeah.
But I ain't scared. My ADD would just like make me feel unorganized and like stressful, but that ain't got nothing to do with feeling comfortable in my skin, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I because it's kind of a vague phrase, but the way you answered was exactly. It's you understood my question exactly based on how you answered it.
All right.
I basically I was basically asking, do you have many anxiety issues or do you have a particular anxiety about awkwardness?
And
I'll tell you why I ask in a sense.
I would say going too far.
Okay.
Like I have an awkwardness of making race jokes. I will, but I don't like, all right, how do I say this? I'll make race jokes that are reference to like this not a racial thing. Like we just talking about a black dude and a white guy, right? Mm-hmm. But I only have one joke that actually uses the word segregation. Mm-hmm. Anything that like I get uncomfortable trying to present that because my audience is majority black. I can't deny that I perform for an urban crowd, right? I'm not usually in a white crowd. I'm okay with that, but I also want to learn how to communicate in that crowd to where I can say what I want to. That's my challenge I work through, right? Yeah. But certain things make it awkward. Certain subjects, how I think, and like the R. Kelly shit. Mm-hmm. One guy told me that, they understood what you said, R. Kelly. They just didn't want to laugh at that shit. And I'm like, yeah, probably. But I gotta do better on my end to make sure how it's.
That's a
you know what I'm saying?
Attitude to have.
Yeah.
Is I've got to do.
So I'm very uncomfortable doing that first time risky joke like that.
Yeah.
Like anytime I go, like, all right, so I've been to Uptown Comedy Corner 5-6 times to perform, maybe. Altogether in Atlanta, I've probably performed over 15 times or whatnot. Not like brag, but like, it's taken me. Oh man, I'm still uncomfortable calling my mama the B word on stage. Not that, and I say it every, like the joke is quick and it is, I think, fair because, you know, my mama locked me up and it's just like emotions from that moment. It don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no hard feelings. Now I love my mama.
Yeah.
But that is still finding a way to like express that feeling, elaborate the emotion I have in it to replace it. I haven't found that yet. So I gotta use that still. And it's like an awkward, I know I'm going to make this awkward right now. I do it every time, but it also gives me a lot of confidence. It's a fucking double-edged sword there.
Yeah.
But I have...
like you, because you know what you're going into.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know it's like, oh, I see a shit ton of women. I'm in the black crowd. The dudes I can get with it sometimes, because they're like, this crazy-ass fucking white boy. Like, they get that understanding of like, these, you know, they see the emotional white boy. The ladies is like, he's a crazy white boy, and you get the more shock. But it's the jokes that come after it that's supposed to like draw them in. So that's bad setup. That's where I gotta improve. How do I replace the B word to make it more emotional? Like those are the things I work on to where it's not that I don't. It's just I can't do it until I find a way that works better. Yeah. And then I have to like, all right, this really fucking worked. No more fucking B word. No more this way or no more that way. And I have to focus on redirecting. I hope that's, I don't know, Fed. I done got lost in what we're talking about.
No, but this is...
Still good record.
Yeah. No, I forgot what we were talking about, but I'm loving how you're talking about how you hold yourself accountable to... Part of how you hold yourself accountable to your craft is consideration for the audience. Yeah, but... which is an easy thing for comics to forget. It's hard. It's an easy thing for comics to forget. Yeah. To do is you're there for the audience. Yep. Doesn't mean you're pandering to care about the audiences. You're comedians. We're comedians. We're there to make them laugh. It doesn't mean that we can't make them think or we can't put them through something less than comfortable. I'm not saying we can't do other things with our comedy, but we are there to make them laugh. So we should give a shit about our audience, and caring about our audience is an integral part of the craft itself. It's an integral part of like writing the jokes. So like even if you're you know you're gonna be a kind of I don't know what you call this, you know, the for lack of a better phrase, the women ain't shit type comments, you know, those type. Yeah. where you know, even if you're gonna be that and that's gonna be your brand, you still have to understand that your audiences are often going to be women, and even if your whole shtick is about how disrespectful you are to women, you have to figure out some way to make it palatable to an audience, at least a subset of the women in your audience. Right. So you have to know when to lean into whatever, and you get what I'm saying. You have to. Let's be clear. This is an elaborate
referring to not me. I don't want to see women as that way. I'm not.
Yeah. He's not. Neither of us are that kind of comic. By the way,
my jokes about my mom. We have a huge family of boys. The aggression in there. She's the only household. It has jokes that. Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. You monster. Hey you.
Color, certified CEO gingerbread. What is it?
That dust bag right here. I like this. Oh, family, it's hot. Yeah, we here.
You got the smoothest zipper. Them joints be smooth. I swear by these zippers, boy. You don't have no you know what I'm saying? It's smooth, man.
Daddy got that big air, a friend, her mommy home, oh, the family chairs.
And we're back.
Right on.
We're back with Skyler Andrews. It's awkward to call you that. I'm so used to Skyler Q.
Skyler Q was just fine.
All right. Well, I know I've been trying to make sure everybody gets their proper Facebook name. And then, like, Key Money came on here and his Facebook name was something spelled different. I didn't think nothing of it because I got a GED. So I just I was like, damn, he's black. He's got a G in there somewhere. I just didn't spell it or say it right. Or I ain't spelling it or pronouncing it right. But it's Key Money. I know his name. I call him it all right, but Facebook fucked me up. I had to edit the whole shit out. It was a great catch by Kimani. Thank you again for that, sir, because that would have went out and I'd have looked like a bad professional guy. What were we talking about for the break there? Camera went out, overheated on me. So what was it?
Well, I was commending you on what I saw as your
awareness
of the audience.
Yeah.
And how you craft your material. But all of that was a tangent regarding
right, to someone going after women and whatnot. That's what I wanted to touch on.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to say is like, I have an aggressive approach. I do not mind pushing the envelope, but I'm also trying to build a story that continues to go from childhood, that goes into like my life, that continues to take me into adulthood. And like, that is I'm trying to build that 20 minutes in a story of like telling you who I am, giving you my palette, my comment. When I get that, I think that is when I'm looking to be like, I better be comfortable by the time I get this. Because by the time I get this, then it's the real jokes. Then I'm making sets about handicapped bitches rolling around and breaking down in electric scooters. I'm making fun of cripple finger motherfuckers that got yanked around by a giraffe at the zoo. I am making fun of fucking Down syndrome bitches that like to swing hard because they stretching. I'm making fun of midgets. I want to have fun with everyone, and I want to use how I perceive my perspective as an advantage, not necessarily because I just look at shit so different. I'm so blessed to be able to have been blessed into so many households, so many families, so many different principles, so many walks of different life that I think it should be told. I think I'm supposed to be somewhere for the world to see somehow, some way. I think that's why I have success in my effort through the podcast. I think that's why I see success in my networking ability on the comedy side. My art is getting recognition and love. You don't know where the path's supposed to go, but to think we supposed to just, stick a subject, berate someone, or stick a subject because we're comfortable, or just get these limiters because we feel we're supposed to be where we're at, you just go stunt your growth. It should always be a progression, even if it's micro, even if it's small adjustments, even if it's like taking away from the craft and something you got to do in your personal life to maintain what you're doing, like, managing schedules. All this shit play a role in our performances, man. And I think some comedians don't accept where they at in life and if they can handle like putting together proper shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to write all the time with my schedule. I mean, I get time, but then I'm taking away time from somewhere else. And it's just one of those things where you got to be accountable if you're going to touch that subject, if you're going to talk about black folks, or if you're going to talk about Indian folks, if you're going to talk about Asian folks, if we're going to talk about the Iran war, if I go crazy, I ain't looking for views just because I want to fucking, show my fucking vein right here. It happens on the podcast and on stage every time. I don't even got to talk loud. I got this motherfucker poking out.
And it helps at the very least to know what you're talking about. In some sense, know what you're talking about.
Well, that's where my ADD fucks me.
Yeah.
That's where it fucks me. I never had any stage time. The only stage time I had before comedy was in front of a judge. And when I say a judge, I mean like real judge with people in the background, like, people waiting to, see how it's going to go. Defense, not a jury. I ain't been in a jury before, but the little typewriter bitch. And other than that, it was finding out I needed to go to the special classes for learning I can't read in 5th grade. That's it. I never had to go up in front of a classroom. I never had to do any like public speaking. So like, to me, every time I go up, I'm breaking that barrier of uncomfortableness. If that makes sense. Right? Yeah. The past 3-4 years that when I can get out, sometimes I don't get out for a stretch and I'm like, fuck, when I get back up there, that anxiety is back at its fucking peak, and tackling those I think once you tackle those, people stop and they're like, I'm good on stage. And it's like, nah, you're just talking. You just talk to me, cause I'm a comedian. Yeah. I see what jokes you got and like how you're not getting no better at them. But as an audience member, you might catch the energy still with people that ain't seen you before. I believe you. You doing your job there, right? But are you doing the best job you supposed to be doing? Probably not.
How has that impacted your writing process? Because I feel like I'm a writer, so it'd be easy for me to harp on another comic about writing being, make sure you're always writing. It'd be easy for me to say that.
Yeah.
But you just explain, your situation. Has that
I saw it with an app.
Okay.
I have an app. It's a joke app called Bits, and I try to. I'm not committed like always. I try to do it as much as I can throughout the week. Even if I don't do it throughout the week, I try to follow up when I see moments and clips where I was like, oh, I forgot I said that joke in the podcast. I might write it in my notes, and then later I try to find time to put it in the Bits. So the Bits app is an app that I can write whatever kind of joke I want in like a free space, like you would on your notes on your phone. And it tells you how much that is in time. So then I get the time frame of like, oh, I thought that shit, thought I could say this in 5 minutes. That's really only 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I need to keep writing. All right. So then there's another tool in there that I use, and it takes you as in a daily workout. It'll give you only 3 options of topics. Some days I don't care for any of the fucking topics, and that steers my interest away. But I try my best to figure out things throughout the day of like what kind of jokes could I make about this topic. Like one of them was like cloudy weather, and it's like, motherfucker, how was that a topic? For my comedy, like I just got to put you in a story and then just reference cloudy weather. Yeah, that's not a good. Like I'm just going to pick something different. Though.
But I.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's a big part of how the creative process works, because you're, when you have parameters. Yeah. I love how you just pointed that, like, what am I going to do about cloudy weather? And then you discovered or rediscovered storytelling as an emphasis.
Right. So that'd be the shittiest one of 3 options, right? And it'd be the best of the shittiest one. Yeah. Right. So you're like, all right, well, let's figure it out. So then it takes you through a process of 3 stages you have to commit to. You're not allowed to get out of the first stage of building a set or building a layout. You got to build it first, and then and you have to have a certain amount of words. You have to have like 2 sentences. You can't just do it like half-assed to move to the next to where you make it like 2 sections. Can't do that. So then you go to a setup. So now you're trying to like, okay, well, while I'm here, can I do anything to this joke to punch it up? If you can't, you move on and you make sure you got your punch at the end. So it gives you a narrative of like controlling how you write. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. It makes you go through stages of like explaining your joke. Yeah. And even if you don't get to punch it up, it still saves it as how you wrote it. And then you can read it in full and then kind of change it up or do that's how I adapt. Right on. That's how I adapt with it. And I also adapt by practice. Every performance is a fucking performance. And it's about figuring out, I think, and we as comics, if we're judging ourselves on our sets, what joke should come in front of what, or what seems better than right. Or like if you got a set amount of jokes and running a set, you should be mixing that thing around to make sure it's at its peak. Because like, I do it so much because I try to find the best ending joke, and I haven't found one yet. I ain't found no joke that I just walked off stage like knowing like, yeah, that last joke got him. I ain't had it yet. I ain't put the right piece to the puzzle to land on the back. That's where it's like, it's so crazy to me, man, that I meet so many people doing craft, so many people doing comedy, and they don't take it serious. I ain't saying I'm the most serious, I'm going to be the best, but I enjoy being able to say what I want to say. And my goal is to say it and you respond in the way I want you to respond. Right. And if I ain't getting that outcome and I'm continuously doing this shit, I'm just wasting people's time by not getting better. So like, I don't say certain jokes anymore because I've risked it too much for right now. I got to put them bitches on back burner and find something different. I can't, that 1, 2s, and 3s advice that Cedric gives us of you got to put them in order and you got to see which one's the best, which one needs work, which one you need to throw the fuck away and work it out. And that's what, I'm still in that stage, but I know I am. Would you get out that headspace of cockiness and ego shit? Like, but I also look up to a journalist. I also look up to videographers. I also got podcasters who you've been doing this shit for a decade. I got people I look up to that, how do I say this? That I'm never gonna be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, but I see the work they put in, and it's like, well, I definitely got a long ways to go because I don't know what my path is. And I think once you start envisioning yourself that you're there, it's over with. Because you're just gonna deplete your dream then. Like I heard a videographer tell me not too recently ago, it's like, once the artists around here put the music video out, usually the music dies. That's the weird thing to look at. And like usually I look at it too, once you get on stage and you feel like you at your best. Around here, you ain't nobody yet, you know what I'm saying? Or at least like, you know, people going to these competitions and we ain't getting booked for road tours, for professional comedian gigs and, you know, getting, you know, deals. We ain't nobody yet. You know what I'm saying? We pawns in a big lake. You know what I mean? But you still got to know there's bigger rocks.
Yeah.
And still too, like, I guess I don't have, big dick syndrome.
Like,
I'm bow-legged. So I know. But I also got a bird chest. And it's like, I can only poke it out as far as I know. Like, you know what I mean? For a guy with a GED that's walking his path, being blessed like I am, work like I do, the amount of effort I put in this shit, it's like, I'm grateful. I ain't even got to worry about if I'm going to succeed or not, really. It's just like, am I going to get better?
Yeah.
I'm just so focused on that. But I don't know. It's weird, man. This realm. I think it's good to take breaks, though. Like you were talking about earlier with the surprise. I think that's good to surprise your audience.
Yeah. I always, I like to kind of have fun with the fact that, and you tell me if you can be honest about this. When I have a look, a vibe where you might not necessarily know what you're getting with me. Like I'm like an audience is not necessarily like, is he serious? What? Yeah,
What?
yeah.
What?
Because like, is he kind of a nerd? Is he? And then the weird, preacher voice and all these disparate elements that you don't expect to go together.
And that's the unique thing too. That's like, again, I reference seeing you over the past 3-4 years I've been doing comedy. It's like, I understand I'm an open micer, but I've watched you create it ain't a character, it's you performing. And you have a narrative, you have you lead a script. It may not be scripted every time either. I know it ain't, because I know how you be talking to the crowd and shit. Yeah. And I understand some perspectives that I think it's hilarious. And a lot of the times I see you, it works. You have a great control of that narrative. And I think that you bringing, not everyone does that. Like, I don't do that. I don't know how to do that of like impersonate or like give myself a different structure tone and stay key to it throughout to like emphasize an emotion. Like, I'm still my normal self up there that I think I'm gonna get there with it, but it's different versions. But I think how do I say it? Like, you attack the crowd a different way.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Like, is that a good way to explain it?
And that really kind of circles back to when I asked you if you felt comfortable in your own skin. I think your stage persona, for lack of a better term, you would kind of describe it as just basically just yourself.
Yes.
With me, like, I'd say the same thing, but in a different way. And the different way is that I feel most comfortable. I feel most comfortable in my skin on stage.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, it's like I get to be myself the most, like more than anywhere else.
Y'all know why? Because you got a white woman.
You got me.
Got you. No,
well, no.
I feel you,
she's learned better. No, but
I feel you though, because when I'll say this, I feel my most comfortable hearing it that way. I feel my most comfortable when I'm not telling my truth. Because when I tell my story jokes about my brothers, about my mom, a lot of that stuff is like real stories just tweaked for your pleasure.
Yeah.
But when I start joking and like having fun with subjects and topics, and I feel those grooves,
yeah,
It's different because then I'm like, oh, I'm at work with the guys right now.
Yeah.
So that's my most comfortable because when I'm at work, I kid you not, man. I work for the railroad. I'll be drenched in sweat from doing whatever like grinding and welding job, and I'll just come out of my work and just be like irritated and just like start cracking fucking talking shit. Let me be clear.
Yeah.
But then when we get back together, I'm like, you was all right. I was like, yeah, I was just trying to just get off some steam, and like that's what it was.
Yeah.
So when I'm on stage, I haven't got angry on stage yet. I ain't been in that environment where those same emotions fire that cylinder off. Because I'm telling you, I worked at Kimberly and Clark. At Kimberly and Clark, I ain't got to worry about saying their name no more because it's past 5 fucking years. And but I used to, you go back to the floor so much back and forth, and there's a group you work with. Every week, somebody new got a different name. Like I was jiving on folks from like the background. Everybody had I didn't know people's name, but from different machines. I'd be like, yo, you see it? That's such and such. And like I would killing motherfuckers because I was irritated at work. I was trying my best to keep myself out. So when I'm like in certain emotions, I like the attacking conversation. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just letting off steam, goddamn. You're just the one getting this shit. And I think there's a lane for that too I'm working toward. Yeah. I think there is a lane where I can, self-deprecate my own size with that same ego and present it to the crowd. I think we all do versions of comedy that every big person does. We just like I feel like we're all just, we're like on our own river. And you got to continue to find these rivers that have skills. And rivers that let you get, take it this way or take it that way. Because we don't need to be the same. I enjoy, I guess to end this, is being in my own skin is an enjoyment when I'm on stage. Because I don't feel bad saying my uncle fucked the goat. I don't feel bad. And to not feel bad is like my segregation joke, right? I mean, to say it to you, we'll say it on the podcast. Fuck it. Because if it don't works, they'll tell me and I just won't say it again, right? But like, we got parents in the house. Yeah, parents. Yeah, I'm 6 boys. We already established this. I got a strong stomach, right? And I've always taken pride in like being a man, right? So like, I don't really try to make jokes that are too far. But look, I done cleaned up dog poop. I done cleaned up, a bunch of different bad environment, chicken houses. Been in the farm, yeah. So none of them really got me, right? When having kids and that baby shit gets in the way, and unfortunately my kids is white, right? But the moment they was able to fucking walk, I had them bitches outside up against the brick wall with a water hose, and I was separating every bit of brown off that white ass. Too far?
It's the type of joke where you want to say
the setup's a little bad.
It's not funny, but you laughing.
But the segregation is the only part I don't like saying. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it plays a part in that joke that takes it up a little bit. Because if I just tell you I take my kids outside and use a water hose I'd rather tell you it makes me feel like that in the moment, because that's looking back on it, it's like, damn, that's fucked up for me to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I really was like throwing up if I had to change certain diapers. So it's like, I'd rather take you outside and deal with the shit on the porch than me, you, shit, and throw up. I'm just gonna, So like, it's one of those things I'll just swallow, just like they're gonna swallow that joke if I ever say it.
Yeah.
What do you think? Should I say it on stage or is it too far?
This is an adage.
All right, tell me.
Okay.
Feed.
It's not about how far you go. My personally, I don't believe there's such a thing as too far. It's not too far. It's where you're coming from.
Where I came from now, that's not too far.
Are you? And when I say where you come from, I mean, are you coming from a good place, so to speak? Because when people say, "Has it gone too far?" you're talking about, am I being disrespectful? Am I saying something harmful?
Do you think I did?
I don't think you did, because I don't
either.
think you're coming from a harmful place.
I think setting it up can show that better.
Yeah.
I got to work on
you still got to structure it to make sure that the positive place that it's coming from is evident, but the joke itself, the idea of the joke itself is not, it's not too far.
I don't think it is,
No.
I haven't tried it yet. My wife is my fiance, she is my, how do you say it, my limiter. If I'll say something, because I'll say stuff in the moment, and don't get me wrong, I'm not at the house saying the N-word, no bullshit like that. But like, sometimes like I'll make Jewish jokes, and like we see all these jokes by professionals. Yeah, we have to try some of them sometimes too, because you don't never know when you could like get a good joke off like that. It ain't that that's my lane, but I want to be able to say a funny joke. Like that joke, the segregation joke, is like a real, it's not a segregation joke more than it is like it made me feel bad as a parent that I couldn't handle wiping my kid's ass at a certain point in stage, that it made me feel such a bitch that I had to put him up against a brick wall like the police. You know,
it's not a segregation joke. It's a parenting joke.
Yeah,
which is relatable
to.
And what's funny about it, I don't mean to deconstruct your joke, but the reason it's funny is because you're comparing it to this thing that has nothing to do with it. Yeah. But that's how you're comparing it to that to show how you feel. Yeah. To show this relatable feeling, because you're not the only father who didn't want to clean up baby shit. You know.
Probably not. I'm pretty sure. I hated it. Oh, I hated it. Hey man, so let's come on, man. What you want to wrap up with? Any topics you want to touch on? Anything you want to touch base with?
I'll mention a couple of projects that I'm working on.
Please do.
Aside from making my way back to comedy, I've been on hiatus for several months. Few weeks ago, I went to Pedal Pub last week of That's My Comic as kind of like a guest spot. Wasn't competing or anything, but just to show myself that I still had it. Yes. So I'm coming back into comedy. So just
and he did.
So, thank you. So stay tuned for that. I'm a playwright. I'm currently working on a play called Jawbone, which is the sequel to a play called Rooster that was put on by the theater department at University of Central Oklahoma a couple of years ago. And I'm trying to put a production of that here in Augusta, so stay tuned for that. And I am one of a two-partner duo that produces an audio drama podcast. That means it's not a talk show. It's scripted.
Oh shit! Shout out to that.
Yeah. It's called the Judgment Night Radio Hour. We started it almost 10 years ago, and we're starting it back up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So look out for all those things.
Say the name one more time for him.
The Judgment Night Radio Hour is the name of the podcast. There's 3 episodes right now, and look out for more.
All right.
It's kind of spooky. It's kind of like a Twilight Zone type of thing. Just look up Skyler Q on Instagram. Look up Skyler Q Andrews on all the things. And I'm not super active on social media, but I said all this stuff is coming soon, so now I have to be. So stay tuned.
Accountability.
You're right.
Full
there
circle,
you go. Y'all keep y'all hold me to it.
Hey, and we're gonna do it too. We're gonna end up with wrong button. Hey, we're gonna call this segment now from officially is TTG. Not trained to go, but it is Tommy's trivia, Tommy's tailored game. Okay, Tommy's tailored game. We're gonna wrap this motherfucker up with this or that. All right. And we're gonna run it with as quick as we can, and then that's the episode. All right, my man.
All right.
It is a pleasure to have you on. Thank you for coming and sit with me. I want to do it again. I do want to try and touch more in a journalistic conversation next time too. Maybe we touch base on writing techniques in journalism next time.
Would love to.
I want to showcase. Y'all do check him out for his articles and all his things dropping in the journalistic field as well. But let's get into it. All right, crowd work or a tight set?
Tight set.
I think a tight set as well. All right. Bombing with silence or bombing with heckles?
Bombing with heckles. You can work with heckles.
I'm 2 for 2 with you. Improv night or open mic chaos?
Open mic chaos.
Same here. Green room chill or post show bar hop?
Green room chill.
Same as well. Writing solo or punching up with friends?
Ooh, this is actually a tough one, but I'm gonna say writing solo.
Writing solo, okay. Performing for 10 people who love you or 100 people who didn't know you?
I'm gonna say 100 people who didn't know you.
I'm gonna say the same.
Yeah.
It's I don't even. I can't even say I got 10 people that love me.
10 people that love me would be the right answer for a different kind of question.
Right. All right. Self-deprecating humor or savage roasts? Enjoyment, not us acting.
Okay. Enjoyment.
Viewership from an audience, us as audience.
Enjoyment. Savage roast.
Savage roast. Yeah, same here. All right. A laughter break or an applause break?
Laughter break.
Laughter break. All right. Performing sick or cancel and rest up?
Performing sick.
Tech fail mid set or forget your punchline live? So go.
Forget my punchline live.
I'd rather go techless.
Really?
I'd rather go a cappella and like remember my set. I'd rather try to speak up and project my voice and like then have the mic.
Okay. You know what?
Did I mess you up with that?
I kind of misunderstood the question because I'm thinking like the whole show shut down or something. But no, I can project. Yeah. But I can also roll with it if I forget my punchline. So
but it's a weird one to take.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
All right. Write every day or perform every night?
Right every day.
I'm taking the other. I'm performing every night.
I respect it.
I'm performing every night if I can. A bachelor party crowd or a church fundraiser crowd?
Bachelor party crowd.
Bachelor, same as well. All right. Always open for legends or headline unknown rooms?
Always open for legends or headline unknown rooms. I'd like one to lead to the other.
Right, but I think you're gonna get there with. I'm
gonna say headline and unknown rooms because that's the dues you have to pay,
and that's how you get there open for the OGs. Hey man, hey, thank you again, my man. Skyler
Thank you.
Q.
It's been an honor.
Y'all check them out. This has been another episode, Pilot Podcast, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, peace. That's a wrap, my man.
All right.